Good morning and welcome to the next episode of Montessori Explorers Homeschool. I'm going to try really hard to hold this phone still. Normally I would put it on the tripod, but I'm going to show you a shelf. So we're still waiting for the guys to come and just fix all of our leaks in this room. But I thought, you know, I can't wait for them forever. So I'm going to go through the shelves and kind of show you how we have set up our homeschool classroom. And so today you can see behind me the shelf that I had previously set up, and you can see my tripod sitting right there. I forgot to take it down. And that's our waterworks shelf and our outside shelf. So this basket here is watering cans and like shovels for them to dig in the dirt and plant seeds or whatever they might want to do. And then I have sponge squeezing there. This is window washing, and then this bucket here was intended to be pumpkin washing, but we just didn't get a pumpkin small enough, and it got cold really fast outside. So, so the waterworks shelf is fairly unused right now because it's just too cold to be wet. So next, I'm going to talk a little bit about our practical life / sensorial shelf. Because we're a homeschooling classroom and our space is limited, a lot of our shelves are combined, and I've left more space for the reading, writing, and math materials. So our practical life and our sensorial are kind of on the same shelf. So I'm going to flip the camera around and just kind of start from one side and walk across the shelf and let you know what's there. All right, so as I said, our first shelf is practical life and sensorial put together. So we started with a little bit of scooping work here. It's a big spoon with big gems to scoop, and then our cutting work. Then we have a smaller scooping work. Those are coffee beans with a tiny little spoon. And then a tonging work. These tongs are, the tongs and the material to scoop up is fairly small, only because my kids are all rather, like, they're not young enough for anything that to be huge and bulky. So this level is what challenges them. If they were younger, I would have, instead of these little acorns here, which are actually like, I mean, they're fairly small. Instead of this acorns, I would have something larger for them to tong, or I would have a different kind of tongs, or both, depending on how much younger they were. So there's our kind of fine motor skills. This job is just a simple sorting work of foods and sorting them into their categories, dairy, meat, and so on. This is the setting the table work, where they put out the yellow napkin, they put the black plate on it, they put the spoon and the fork next to it, and then in this little bowl right here is a bunch of felt fruit and food that they can put on their plate. And then last right there is, in that bag, is one of those nail games where they're all twisted together and you kind of have to pull them apart. Now normally in my classrooms I would not have a bag like this on the shelf. It would be in a bucket of some kind, just because bags get tossed around. But at home, you know, it's a little bit different. We don't have, you know, 20 to 30 kids grabbing up things and moving them around. So next we have some practical life / sensorial. So we have a nature tray, a little job that my daughter made in her kiwi crate, no, koala crate. It's a fruit matching work. It's really adorable. So they take one out and then they see if they can find the match, and if it doesn't match, they put it back. Behind that is the peanut butter and jelly game, and then tic-tac-toe. Again, this stacking of objects, like one in front of the other, is not something I would normally do in a classroom, but being at home and having small shelf space, we just kind of adjust a little bit. Here is a little pretend play. So those are animals and trees that they will take out and play on the rug, or they'll put it in the floof, or they'll take it out into the yard and play with them in the grass. And then some puzzles, some geometric shapes here. On top of them are some color pictures that are waiting for color tablets that I'm making. And then we have some cylinders of varying sizes. The cylinders up here, and then these three boxes are all similar in that the kids are expected to grade them from smallest to biggest, or biggest to smallest, or widest to thinnest, and so on. And then we have a little matching job down at the bottom where they have this is their control. It shows them what the outside and the inside looks like, and then this is the insides and the outsides, and they match them up. So they can put this out first and then match them, or they can try and do this and then use that as like a checklist. So either way, just depends on how, like where they are developmentally speaking. So that's our first shelf, our sensorial / practical life shelf. And next time we'll swing around the back end and we'll look at writing and pre-reading. Thanks for watching.